All right. This short video is going to explain how to actually physically do this virtual experiment. Um, Obviously, the first thing you want to do is go to this link right here, which should take you to this website right here. And before I get into the details, here's basically what you're doing, right? Basically, what you need to do is use that website to fill out this table. Now, you yourself are going to virtually do an experiment with your one fish. And with your one fish, you're going to do one experiment at this temperature, at 26 to 31 degrees Celsius. You're going to do another experiment at this temperature, which is 22 to 25 degrees Celsius. You're going to do another one at room temperature. You're going to do another one at this temperature, 11 to 17 degrees Celsius. And then you're going to do one at this one at 10 or below. So again, you yourself are going to do a virtual experiment with your one fish. And you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 experiments with your one fish. And I'm going to go and show you how to do that here in a second. But after you've done your one experiment, or your 5 experiments with your one fish, at that point you will have all this information filled out, right? So you will have the information from your experiments. And after that, when you're done with that, there is the last page of the website gives you the data from your hypothetical classmates, because there were 1, 2, 3, 4 other groups of hypothetical classmates who each had their own fish, who each did the same experiment. So on that last page, you're going to get their information to fill out this portion of the table. So at that point, you will have had all this information from your experiments, all this information from your classmates' experiments, and then you're going to use all that data to calculate this average. So here we go. Let's jump into it. So here's the first website, or the first portion of the website. First thing we're going to need to do, let me go back here. The first thing we need is our actual temperature, right? So we click on this thermometer. Oh, there's a thermometer. Okay, so that looks to be about, I don't know, 20, 21 degrees Celsius. So we go over here, go back here, 20 to 21 degrees Celsius. There we go. That's this temperature. So we're starting at room temperature. And I said it was, I don't know, 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to write down 20 right there. 20 degrees. Now I'm going to go back. Now that I know the temperature, I need to see how many times this thing breathes in 30 seconds. As you can see, the website provides a stopwatch, or you can use your own, whichever you want. Just to make things simple, I'm going to wait till we get to that mark right there, and then click the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. All right. So I counted 31 breaths. And again, this is just for demonstration purposes. So if it's a little off, that's okay. So right here, under this temperature range, which is what we're working under, I said I counted 31 breaths. So there we go, 31. Now we're done with that portion. Now we need to go to the next temperature. So we hit next page. So, okay, look, we're in some ice. Let's take the click the thermometer to get the reading. There it is. Looks to me like we're at about 12 degrees Celsius. Get X out of there. So that's under this temperature range. So we hit 12 degrees Celsius. Boom. Now, again, we need to figure out how many breaths per 30 seconds. So again, the stopwatch is going. You click it, you count it. And because I've already demonstrated this once, I'm not going to actually sit here and count that for 30 seconds. Let's just go back and assume that the fish had, I don't know, 35 breaths. All right, so now we're done with that temperature range. Now we need to go to the next one. Come back over here, hit next. All right, looks like we're still on ice. Let's click the thermometer. Looks to me like we're at about, I don't know, looks like 4 degrees. So I'm going to X out of this because we know the temperature. Let's go back to our spreadsheet. Here we go, 10 or below. That is it, right? So we're actually at 4 degrees Celsius. Now we need to figure out how many breaths. Again, we go back, we use the stopwatch, we click the fish, we count it for 30 seconds. And again, I'm not going to put you through that. Let's just assume I counted for 30 seconds. And this time it was 15 breaths for 30 seconds. All right, we still have 2 more to go. So let's go back. Hit the next button. There we go. We're now in some water. We're not nice anymore. Let's click the thermometer, take the temperature, 20, 22, 24. I don't know, it looks like maybe 25 degrees Celsius. So we go back here. That would be under this temperature range. So we go here, 25 degrees Celsius. We go here. Let's count the number of breaths. Again, use the stopwatch, click the fish, count the breaths. And again, I'm not going to put you through it. Let's just say this time it was, I don't know, 36 breaths for 30 seconds. All right, we still have 1 more to go for our fish. 1 more experiment for our own fish. So we hit next. There's the thermometer. Let's click on this to read the temperature. Looks to me to be 30 degrees Celsius. X out of there, go back to our table. We are here at 30 degrees Celsius. Now we need to count the breaths. Let's go over here, use the stopwatch, click the fish, count the breaths for 30 seconds. Let's go back again because I'm not putting you through that. And let's say, I don't know, 25 breaths. All right. At this point in the experiment, you were done collecting your data by performing the virtual experiment, right? You were done. Now what we need to do is meet up with your hypothetical classmates because they each did the same experiment with their own fish, and we collect their data, right? It's to fill this portion out. So we go over here. We hit next. And there it is. So let's go back here. Sorry. So your data, we'll call that fish 1, right? So here we have fish 2, right? So that is our information, the temperature and the breaths. We're really just more concerned about the breaths. You can't really copy and paste it, but that's okay. So here we go. Fish 2 had 40 breaths, right? So put in 40. Then it had 34. So we'll put in 34. All right. Then it had 28. So come down here and put 28. We had 22. All right. So we come back here and put 22. The last one finally is 10. That's 10. So now we're done with fish 2. Now we go over here and get the data for fish 3. So again, you're going to put this in your table for fish 3. Then we go here and get the data for fish 4. And again, you're just going to put this right there for fish 4. And then finally, you come back here and get the data for fish 5. All right. So let's assume I did all that because I'm not going to put you through all that. So let's just assume all of this is filled out. Okay. I'm not going to put you through all that. And it's pretty simple. So you filled all this out. Let's just focus on this. And again, we're still assuming that we've filled it all out. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right. So again, sorry to repeat myself, but we are now assuming that all this data is filled out. So basically, we're assuming all this data is filled out. Now the only thing you need to do is average the average number of breaths, right? Because that's not given to you on the website. This is something you have to calculate. So to calculate, we're going to take all the data from all 5 fish and average it. How do we average? You add them all up. So 25 plus 40 plus 42 plus 41 plus 39. And then you divide it by 5 because there's 5 fish. So I'm going to do it on my calculator on my computer so you can see it in action, but you can do it any way you want. All right. So 25 plus 40 plus 42 plus 41 plus 39, 187. All right, divided by 5. Our average is 37.4. And that's what you're going to do for the rest of these. And then at that point, you will be done collecting data from the website and done calculating the data from the experiments. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me. I was hoping that the written instructions, in addition to this video tutorial, will suffice. But if not, that's okay. Like I said, contact me. Maybe we can even meet online, and I can walk you through it step by step if needed.